Namaste Vidya, Khushro Vidya. Today the topic that we'll be discussing is endocrine glands, which is a part of curriculum of human physiology. And this is important for your BPT second semester, DPT fourth semester. So let us start with endocrine glands. So endocrine glands are the glands that are present and they secrete hormones. Now if you see the chemical classification hormones, they are amines, polypeptide protein hormones, steroids. According to water solubility, they are polar, non-polar. If we see the mechanism of different hormones, like what their action is. So lipophilic hormones pass through cell membranes, they bind to intracellular receptors. The hormone receptor complex acts as a transcription factor. It activates a gene to make an mRNA from which an enzyme protein is made. And this enzyme will in some way change the metabolism of the target cell. Then polar hormones are water-soluble hormones they use cell surface receptors because they cannot pass through plasma membrane. Some second messengers include CAMP, phospholipase C, tyrosinase, kinase, calcium ions. Now, the hormones are secreted through hypothalamus, and the hypothalamus produces ADH and oxytocin that are transported to the posterior pituitary for release. And it controls the pituitary gland by a variety of releasing and inhibiting factors like TRH, thyrotropin releasing hormone, growth hormone releasing hormone, corticotropin releasing hormone, prolactin inhibiting hormone, etc. Next is your pituitary gland, which is located beneath the hypothalamus. It stores and releases two hormones produced in hypothalamus, that is ADH, antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin, and oxytocin, which stimulates contraction of uterus during parturition and contractions of mammary gland. The anterior pituitary secretes 6 trophic hormones that maintain size of targets. High blood levels cause target to hypertrophy, low levels cause atrophy. The anterior pituitary has growth hormone that promotes growth, protein synthesis, and movement of amino acid into cells. Then TSH, that is thyroid stimulating hormones, which stimulates thyroid to produce and secrete T4, T3. ACTH, that is adrenocorticotrophic hormone, which stimulates adrenal cortex to secrete cortisol, aldosterone. FSH, that is follicle stimulating hormone, which stimulates growth of ovarian follicles and sperm production. Luteinizing hormone causes ovulation and secretion of testosterone in testes. Prolactin stimulates milk production by mammary glands. Now we'll discuss pituitary regulation. Release of anterior pituitary hormones is controlled by hypothalamic releasing and inhibiting factors. Feedback from levels of target gland hormones. Releasing and inhibiting hormones from hypothalamus are released from axon endings into capillary bed in median eminence. Next is our adrenal glands. They sit on the top of the kidneys. They have outer cortex and inner medulla. Adrenal cortex part secretes mineralocorticoids, that is aldosterone, which stimulate kidneys to reabsorb sodium and secrete K or potassium. Glucocorticoids, cortisol, which inhibits glucose utilization and stimulates gluconeogenesis. It inhibits inflammation and suppresses the immune system. Adrenal medulla secretes epinephrine and norepinephrine. It is responsible for fight or flight response and causes increased respiratory rate, increased heart rate and cardiac output. General vasoconstriction, which increases venous return. Now if we come to the diseases that are associated with adrenal hormone levels is Cushing syndrome, hyperadrenocorticism, that means wide face with acne and flushing fatty deposits over back and neck, stretch marks, easy bruising, hair overgrowth, diabetes mellitus, muscle loss and fatigue, depression, psychosis, moon-like face. Addison disease causes hypoadrenocortisone, hyperpigmentation, weight loss. Next, we'll come to thyroid gland. It is located just below the larynx and it secretes T3 and T4, which set up BMR and are needed for growth and development. It also secretes calcitonin, which lowers blood calcium levels. The diseases of thyroid are hypothyroidism. It is when the people with inadequate T4 and T3 levels are present. And they have lower BMR, weight gain is there, lethargy, cold intolerance is there. Next is hyperthyroidism, autoimmune disease where antibodies act like TSH and stimulate thyroid gland to grow and oversecrete. Condition is known as hyperthyroidism. It is characterized by exophthalmos, weight loss, heat intolerance, irritability, high BMR, rapid heart rate. Now, the Graves' disease is also a form of hypothyroidism that often presents with exophthalmos. Next is parathyroid glands. There are 4 glands embedded in lateral lobes of thyroid gland and they secrete PTH or parathyroid hormones and they elevate blood calcium levels. Next is pancreas, which has islets of Langerhans. These are scattered clusters of endocrine cells in pancreas and they contain alpha and beta cells. Beta cells secrete insulin in response to low blood glucose. It promotes entry of glucose into the cells and conversion of glucose into glycogen and fat, and they decrease the blood glucose level. Diabetes mellitus is to be discussed now. It is the best known endocrine disorder. Everybody knows about it. It is very common. It is caused by deficiency of insulin or a decreased response to insulin in target tissues. This diabetes is divided into 2 types. Type 1 diabetes mellitus, that is insulin dependent, which is an autoimmune disorder in which the immune system destroys the beta cells of pancreas. Type 2 diabetes mellitus, that is non-insulin dependent. It is characterized either by deficiency of insulin or more commonly by reduced responsiveness of target cells. Alpha cells secrete glucagon in response to low blood glucose during periods of fasting. It stimulates glucogenolysis and lipolysis, and it also increases the blood glucose level. Next is the pineal gland, which is located in basal forebrain near thalamus. It secretes melatonin in response to activity of suprachiasmatic nucleus of hypothalamus. Melatonin is involved in aligning physiology with sleep, wake cycle, and season. It is secreted at night and is inhibited by light. It inhibits GnRH, antigonadotrophic in many animals. The gonads, that is testis and ovaries, secrete steroid hormones. The testis primarily synthesize androgens, the one main being the most important, testosterone, which stimulate the development and maintenance of male reproductive system. Estrogens, the most important of which is estradiol. Progestins, which include progesterone, and these are primarily involved in preparing and maintaining the uterus in mammals. If we discuss about testosterone, they cause an increase in muscle and bone mass, and is also taken as a supplement to cause muscle growth. Now, autocrine and paracrine regulation. The autocrine regulators are produced and act within same tissue of an organ. Paracrine regulators are produced within one tissue and act on different tissue in the same organ. So examples are cytokines, growth factors, prostaglandins. These prostaglandins or PGs may exert antagonistic effect in tissues. Some promote smooth muscle contraction and some relaxation. Some promote clotting, some inhibit. Some promote inflammatory process of immune system, plays role in ovulation, inhibit gastric secretion in digestive system. So this is all in your endocrine system. We have discussed the hormones and related disorders with it. I hope it is clear to you, and if you have any doubts, just write it in comment box. So this is all in the session, and this session is powered by Digital 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women University. Thank you.